You know, I'm appreciative of the efforts today. I'm appreciative of the efforts all year. You know, we were an evolving group, and that evolution continued even into today. But I'm just appreciative of the collective. I'm appreciative of the men, not what they're capable of, but what they're willing to do. In the face of adversity, man, that football presents, in the face of adversity that life presents, we have an opportunity to kind of display some things in all of that, and hopefully we learn something. Hopefully we taught others something in the midst of our journey. So I'm just thankful for that group, appreciative of the efforts today in terms of getting the job done, divisional game. And so, you know, aside from all the other things outside of our stadium and so forth, it was important that we displayed the ability to focus and handle in-stadium business, and they did that even in some instances a young collective. And so appreciative of that. You grow from that. We'll wrap a bow around what is 2022 tomorrow. Today I'm just focused on this game and their efforts and things of that nature. Don't have any information on Pat Freiermuth. He's being evaluated as we speak. Gunner, same thing. But hopefully those injuries aren't significant. Questions?
Mike, when did you or the players find out about what happened in the Jets game?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, it's football in 2022. I mean, you know, we were able to follow the score in other games throughout the game, just like we are any other week.
Mike, how do you think the team responded after the penalty against Hayward on the sack of Watson?
We did what was appropriate.
Mike, winning is usually equated with experience, but by you having such a young group, doesn't give you a semblance of pride that they responded, even with their inexperience, they still responded to you?
I know what you mean by the question, but I think I've been pretty consistent all year. We lack experience in some areas, but we're good enough to win, and good enough to win while we grow, good enough to win while we gain experience. We did not grade this group on the curve. We didn't grade Kenny Pickett on the curve. We don't function like that. Football is our game. Our business is winning, and our intentions are to handle business.
Anyone else?
On Tuesday, you mentioned you want to be a team on the rise going into the playoffs if you had gotten into the playoffs. Did you think that team was on that arc had you qualified today?
I think our record indicates that, because that's all that matters. The style point component of play is less significant. You step into stadiums, you win games, you step out of stadiums. So to answer to your questions, yes, we were a team on the rise.
You opened by talking about the evolution you guys have been on this year. What's the next step from here in that evolution?
You know, it comes to a screeching halt, this offseason thing. I don't know that I've pondered that. I was preparing for the potential of next week, and so I don't have the answer to that as I sit here.
Looks like you guys are going to be facing Watson for a long time. How did you feel like you dealt with the challenges that he brought to the table?
We did what we had to do today. But obviously, man, he is a problem, particularly as he runs around and extends plays and things of that nature. But that's why they went and got him. And so that problem's probably not going to go anywhere.
And your thoughts on how your defense handled Nick Chubb?
You know, late in the season football, man, your featured runner has got to be the best featured runner in the stadium. And it was not only about challenging our defensive front, but it was about challenging our offensive front to make sure that Naj had a good day. And so I think we checked both of those boxes.
Mike, you said you didn't grade Pickett on a curve. Now that you've seen him for a year, his development, I assume you're pleased with where this offense could be headed?
Man, I don't know that I use please very often. I'll take it. We'll keep working.
And then you said you don't grade any of these young guys on a curve, but what is the value of them playing the game like today, which at the start of the day looked like it was, for your playoff lives?
You know, I think there's growth in big game opportunities. We've been in some big games, but we're doing business with these guys because of their ability to rise up in those moments. I just think that's part of the things that attracted us to them individually. When you look at each guy and you put a collection of those kind of guys together and you work them and you prepare them, you generally have an opportunity to grow in that way.
One more.
How have you seen Connor Hayward kind of progress and obviously gets an opportunity with Pat down there?
I think it's about opportunities for young guys. You know, due to a variety of circumstances, he got increased opportunities as the season wore on, and he proved that he belonged, and I'm sure that's going to be a nice springboard for him in terms of transitioning from year one to year two. And you guys know the standard of expectation that we have for those guys. Man, it's reasonable to expect rookies who are transitioning into year 2 to be significantly better, and so we're going to start with that agenda with guys like him and others.
All right, thanks. Joe.
Thanks, guys.
Brings